We have a full super moon in the sign of Aries on October 6th and 7th. And I say super because this full moon is at its closest proximity to Earth, meaning that the full moon is brighter and larger and bigger, and it pulls on our tides a lot harder, our oceanic tides and our emotional tides. So it's like a full moon on steroids, and it amplifies just everything like 1,000 times more. And to go with it, it's in the sign of Aries, which is the boldest, loudest, most passionate sign. This is like raw, fiery ignition energy. It's like that fire you feel in your belly. It's like that surge that tells you to stop waiting, to stop doubting, and to just move and like get on with it. This moon is asking you to step into courage and release a bunch of fear. And today we're talking all about it, and I'm going to give you the rundown, and I'm going to give you exactly what to do and what not to do to prep you so you have the tools to really work and alchemize with the energy of this seriously powerful full moon in Aries. And I don't know about you, but I have been feeling this like crazy. I always feel full moon in Aries, or any moon in Aries, honestly, like so much. I think partly it's because I do have a lot of Aries placements in my birth charts, which I feel like a lot of people wouldn't guess besides like the Venus in Aries. But this full moon is basically just feels like it's igniting a fire within my soul, and I can like feel my solar plexus so hard right now, and it kind of just feels that like I'm in a natural high type of vibe. And I want to know how you guys have been feeling too. Also too, something that I have noticed when there is an Aries full moon, because Aries rules kind of like your face and your head, that body part, I always like get a little pimple, and I don't break out ever. Hold on. That was a limiting belief. Okay, you guys literally just caught me in the middle of a limiting belief, and that's not true. I take that back. That is not true. That was my past. In the past, I would always get a pimple right before the Aries full moon, but not anymore, because I'm rewiring that. Take note, because I just caught myself a limiting belief, and that is what you guys should be doing too. So no, I don't break out before Aries full moons anymore. But hi, I'm Alexie Gigi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel if you're watching me here on YouTube, or welcome back to the Alexie Gigi podcast if you're listening to me on Spotify. I'm so grateful that you guys are here with me today, and I'm so excited to talk about the full moon in Aries. I love Aries. I love the big, passionate, fiery energy. And in honor of the Aries full moon, I'm wearing red. So let's get into it. But before, I just kind of want to apologize for my lighting right now. The lighting setup that I bought comes with an adapter, and I lost the adapter when I was in Mallorca last weekend. So I'm stuck with no lights. So I'm literally using my laptop and my iPad and my TikTok light as like lights right now to like light me up. And you guys are back on books right now. So forgive me for the lighting. We will get back to regular scheduling next week. So let's dive in. Chapter 1, we're going to be talking all about this full moon, the energetic meaning, the effects, how it's affecting you, the transits that go along with it. And in chapter 2 is the what to do and not to do exercises and rituals. So this full moon is happening at 14 degrees, and it's happening in the sign of Aries, obviously. And the time it peaks at is going to be at 11:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 5:47 a.m. Milan. I don't know. What's the standard time in? Or what's the time zone in Milan? I don't even know. I should probably know that, but I know it's 5:57 a.m. in Milan, Italy on October 7th. So depending where you are in the world, it could be occurring in the night, very late at night, October 6th, or early in the morning, October 7th. Make sure you check down below. I have all the time zones written in the description for you guys. It's very important to obviously pull up your transit chart to see exactly what area of your life is going to be affected by this full moon, because that is when it gets personal, right? It basically shows you, like a transit chart shows you the relationships between the transiting planets, like the planets happening in the sky right now. So in this case, the full moon in Aries, and your own birth chart. So the full moon is going to be transiting and activating and illuminating a certain area of your life. And houses in astrology, we have 12 houses. They all represent specific areas of our life. So for example, for me, it is transiting my 4th house, which is family and home and my emotional world and my divine feminine energy. So that's the area of my life that is going to be in the spotlight the most. That is the area of my life. This full moon is demanding an identity audit. It's demanding me to release fear in this area of my life, to release what has been keeping me small in this area, and to step into my power fully regarding the themes of this house. And it's going to do the same for you based on the area of your life this full moon is transiting. So pull up your transit chart if you don't know how. I already made a whole video on YouTube explaining like step by step in detail how to pull up your transit chart and also how to read a transit chart. So make sure you go check that out if you don't know how to do it. But if you do, pause this video for 2 seconds and pull up your transit chart so you know what you're looking at. But this is a full moon in Aries, okay? Aries and the first house are a combo. They're a match. And the first house is all about your identity. Aries is the I am. It's the only house in astrology that is all about you. It's like you need to be selfish right now. Like this full moon is telling you this is your time to be completely selfish, and it's okay to be selfish. And this full moon is landing on the Aries Libra axis, which means that obviously the sun right now, every full moon is when a full moon and the sun are in opposition. So they're like literally directly across from each other. So you have this kind of like polarity of energies. So the Aries energy and the Libra energy, the sun's in Libra. And Libra is all about like your relationships with others, right? And Aries is all about your relationship with yourself. So you are meant to learn a lesson right now with the relationship that you have with yourself. Be selfish. This is all about who you are not anymore, who you are becoming, you are fearful of becoming. And this full moon is demanding an identity audit. This really is all about your identity. And winter arc is here too, right? Like October theory, which if you don't know what October theory is, it's basically like there's a theory that October is the month that everything changes for you. Like it's the month where people like they realize, oh my God, we're almost at the end of the year. Like it's almost the new year. And what am I doing with my life? Like what have I done with my life? And they decide to make a really big change. And this Aries full moon goes along with it because it's being like, be bold, like be courageous, stop living in fear, like just go for it and move, like take action. Like Aries is literally like take action. It demands movement. It wants to like explode. It's like that fire energy. It wants to like literally like be like a forest fire, like catch a little thing on fire and just keep growing and growing and growing and growing, and it will not stop. And this is demanding you to also do shadow work on yourself, around self, your self-image, your self-esteem, your personality, the boundaries that you create, and also a release of any fears or masks that have been keeping you small. And I made you a full moon in Aries workbook and guided meditation for you to utilize for this full moon in Aries to truly take all of this crazy energy and use it in your favor, okay? The meditation is very focused on your solar plexus because that is where this Aries full moon is felt the most. So you want to be activating it and truly utilizing that energy. So make sure you download this guided meditation. It is a powerful one and it will kind of make you feel like you're on a natural high, if that makes sense, if you aren't already. And obviously the workbook is tailored to your own birth chart based on the specific area of your life that needs focus. And it has specific and tailored and custom shadow work prompts made for your own specific area of your life. Identity shadow work, identity exercises, rituals, and so much more. So I have both of them linked in the description. And there's also a subscription that you guys can subscribe to become part of the VIP Lunar Club, and you will get a % off. Obviously, every month it's cheaper to do the subscription instead of buying like the workbook and the meditations individually. So let's talk more about this energy. So like I said before, we have the Aries Libra polarity, right? So this is really asking you to balance independence with connection. How do you honor yourself without losing yourself in others? How do you choose autonomy without rejecting the power of love and relationships? And this could be like a checkpoint for your relationships. It very well may be. But mostly it's a checkpoint for the relationship that you have with yourself. And to that, let's talk about the first transit, which we literally only have one transit to talk about. I mean, obviously we have this opposition that's always going to happen during a full moon, but sometimes full moons and new moons, like you guys know, like recently they've been kind of packed with energy, like packed with transits. But this full moon in Aries, nope. And sorry if I'm looking at the screen right here. What is that called? The screen where I can see me like being video recorded. What? I cannot think right now, but sorry if I keep looking to the right. I'm just trying to see if the lighting keeps going like weird. Like I feel like it keeps getting like really bright and then like dark again. So excuse me if I keep looking. I'll try not to look and look at you guys. But yeah, we really only have one transit that's worth talking about, and it's a square. And I know you guys hear squares. If you know anything about astrology, a square is a 90-degree angle. It is basically like the most challenging aspect. But if you aren't new here, you guys know that squares aren't challenging. They're not tension. They're just filled with energy. Okay, and people can see it that like that, but I like to see it as like, oh my God, so much energy. Energy is energy. Even if it looks challenging, it's energy that we can work with and alchemize and transmute into doing something in our favor. Like we can mold it with clay and do whatever we want with it. We just need to know how to work with that energy. That's why I'm here. So this moon is squaring Jupiter, which is in the sign of Cancer. And Jupiter in Cancer has been a big theme recently, and it will continue to be. But Jupiter is the planet of expansion and luck and abundance, and also sometimes excess. And with this square, our emotions may feel bigger than usual. And not just a square, like everything, the supermoon, the Aries energy, like just emotional, but it's good because emotions equal energy, which equals more alchemization. It's kind of like our emotions almost stretch to a limit. It's also the energy of risk and optimism and just bold leaps forward, taking bold action and just going for it. And it may give a little bit of a danger of overcommitting or exaggerating if you choose to look at kind of like the shadow side of this. But on the bright side, this can feel like a giant push from the universe to want more, to think bigger, to just freaking go for it. Like it wants you to step into more, but it's up to you to ground it. Like dream bigger, but don't completely scatter yourself. In Jupiter in Cancer, it's like very emotional energy. Cancer is your emotional world, right? So your emotional world is coming into play. And with Cancer too, it's very nurturing. So with Aries, like demanding you to focus on yourself, you need to nurture yourself. Like nurture yourself like a child. How would you treat a child? You would feed them, nutritional value. You would feed them whole foods. You would take care of them. Like you would make sure that they are getting exercise. You would make sure that they're happy and they're doing things like for their mental health, doing things for them. So treat yourself like you are your own child right now. Now, we also have Neptune, which isn't in conjunction with the full moon during the peak, but it is the day before and like a few hours before too as well. But Neptune is also in the sign of Aries and it's at 0 degrees, which you guys already know in astrology, it means baby fresh energy. It's the first degree of a zodiac sign, meaning there's so much to learn, so much to do and see and like become in awe of. It's like fresh creation energy. There's so much energy there to just build off of. Like you're like free. And Neptune is going to sit at 0 degrees in Aries until about like October 22nd. So we have this pure potential creation degree, the spark before form. And Neptune here adds that like ethereal, like malleable quality to your life. Collectively, Neptune brings themes of water and flooding and pharmaceuticals and drugs and also illusions and delusions, Hollywood, glamour, spirituality, healing, and dreaming. Personally, this is about weaving your imagination into your identity. This is your perfect portal to let your imagination fuel your reinvention. Who do you want to become? Who are you creating? What reality are you creating? More importantly, like who are you becoming? Who are you becoming with the thoughts and the feelings and the perceptions and how you think every single day? Because listen, the worst habit, the hardest habit to break is the habit of being yourself. Like Dr. Joe Dispenza says, right? And in order to change your life, to change your reality, to take a major step forward, you need to change your personality. You need to hold a funeral for the old version of you. You need to become someone new. And in order to become somebody new, in order to become a different personality, you need to change the way that you think, perceive, act, and feel. And this is why identity work is so important. And this is what Aries is all about, your identity, the I am, your self-concept. And right now it's important to do an identity audit, which we'll talk about more into detail in chapter 2. Now let's talk about kind of like the larger context of this full moon in Aries, because last year in 2024, with our last eclipse season, not like the most recent eclipse season, but the one before that, it was an eclipse season with the Aries Libra cycle, right? And it was playing out in 2024. Now, this full moon in Aries is kind of like the very, very end of that cycle. It's like the last little remarks. It's like any lingering energy that was from there. This is like the closing. This is the end. The eclipses were the season, and this full moon is kind of like the end scene. It's like the credit scene. It's not random. It's basically wrapping up an old story that you were living in since 2024. So think back to that last eclipse in Aries. Think back to that last eclipse season. Okay, and I want you to ask yourself, like, what came from that? Like, what new came from that? Like, what did it spark in your life? What story did that eclipse season told? What did it tell you? Because right now, credit scene over. You are on to the next. This full moon is kind of like the reflection, the release, like getting rid of any fears, the closing, and it's the spark of what's next. So let's talk a little bit more about the energetic meaning behind this. So we talked about Aries, how it's bold, it's fire, it's ignition, it's unapologetic, it's passion, it's your solar plexus. But listen, when Aries fire has no outlet, it coils inward, and that's when we feel frustration. That's when we feel irritation and exhaustion. That's when we feel like everything is just like, oh my God, it's like boiling point. And those emotions aren't wrong. They're messengers that you want to lead into. They tell you that the energy wants to move. And chapter 2, I'm going to tell you how to move this energy. But really, this full moon is demanding that you stop shrinking. It's demanding that you stop silencing your truth. Frustration and anger are, honestly, they're sacred under this moon. And sometimes too, like I feel like everyone, including me, I always say, water signs are the most emotional and intense, like moody type vibes, right? That's kind of like what their stigma is. But honestly, Aries is one of the most emotional signs, fiery, and the frustration and anger, they're signals that your fire is ready for a big release. And full moons are all about big releases. Channel them, don't bury them, move your body, speak your truth, burn that letter you never sent, sweat it out, scream it out, dance it out. Aries demands the movement. And the moon is always a mirror, okay? Under her fullness, she reflects what you have been carrying for too long. In Aries, she reflects a part of you that you have left abandoned. The courage you swallowed, the impulses you silenced, the masks you've worn in your life. This full moon is basically like, it's shining, it's huge and big, right? But it's shining a light on you and your inner world and asking you, who are you really when you're not performing for anybody else? Like, who the heck do you want to be? And are you in alignment with that person? Do the identity audit. The identity audit is also in the workbook if you guys need help with that. Listen, with a full moon in Aries, fear is a big thing here, okay? And fear may try to hold you back. But the biggest takeaway I want you to get from this is that on the opposite side of fear, that is where the magic is. On the opposite side of fear, that is where you grow. And under this full moon in Aries, you have the ability to burn this fear fast. Burn it to the ground, alchemize it, if you're willing to release it and alchemize it. This moment is all about you, so act like it. Now let's get into chapter 2, what to do and what not to do. My favorite chapter. Number 1 is do a releasing ritual, but specifically using fire. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to the Dolomites too. I'm so excited. Someone recommended that to me in the comment of my last video when I asked you, like, where should I go in Europe to travel? And I honestly didn't even know what the Dolomites were. Like, I didn't know that they existed. Like, I knew what Switzerland Alps were, I had no idea that there were an Italian side to it, and it's actually so gorgeous, like the nature of it all. But I'm staying at this place called Forestus, which is rooted in nature, and you're basically just in the middle of nowhere. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm doing like this tree circle ceremony, and then I'm also going to be lighting a big fire pit. Like, I asked a hotel to get it all ready for me, a big fire pit. And I'm writing down everything that I'm releasing, especially things from the identity audit that I'm going to do. And I'm going to throw it in the fire and do like this huge bonfire, just burn it, and then visualize all that smoke, which you should be doing this too, but you don't need a huge bonfire. You can literally just light a candle. Black candle is good for like releasing, but it can be any color candle. Do not worry. Do not stress about like the little specifics. Just get a candle. You can even just do it with like lighter or a match or like whatever, honestly, whatever you have. Just use fire. Like, get a match and just hold it, write them on little pieces of paper, start burning it, and visualize as the smoke comes into the air. You're going to keep visualizing it, and you're going to literally grab the smoke with your hands, and you are going to see that black smoke form in your hands, and you are going to like mold it You're going to mold it. You're going to mold it, and you're going to take that energy and you're going to be like, I am releasing all of this energy right now, but I'm not only releasing it, I'm using it as fuel for my passions and my love and my solar plexus. And I'm going to use it as fuel and I'm going to transmute it into fresh new energy. And I'm going to put that back into me. I'm going to strip it clean of all the fears, and I'm going to infuse into it courage and passion and ignition. And then I want you to take that and I want you to like literally put it right into your solar plexus, which is like right on your abdomen, like your tummy area. Just take it and literally like go like that into it and feel it. Like let your anger out, scream. Like I don't care. Like look like a crazy person like outside in the full moon. Like scream your heart out. Go crazy, start shaking your body. Like shake your body so hard. Okay, you want to release like any energy within your body, which is number 2, is do move your body and release anything that's held in your body, energy that's held in your body. Sometimes like our body parts can hold on to energy and create energetic blocks. This Aries full moon is like literally like requiring you to clear it all out. And the best way to clear it all out is to literally just move your body. It's as simple as that. And Aries is ruled by Mars. And Mars is the planet of working out. It's the planet of action and movement and like physicality. So that is something you want to focus on. Like another be physical. Go to a workout class, sweat it out. The best thing is to like go in a sauna. I will be going in a sauna too. Go in a hot bath, a salt bath. Salt is gonna like protect you too, but it's also going to clear and release all the fear and just literally let it all out. I want you to do the biggest release you have ever done and be passionate with it, be fiery with it, be dramatic with it. Do a boxing class for the first time. Dance in your room like crazy to like some like crazy music and let all the anger out. Shake your body, do some somatic shaking, like shake, shake, shake. Run, like get your heart rate up, do some physical movement, sweat out all that stagnancy. Next do audit your identity. Do an identity audit. Now, this is identity work. First, you are going to write down everything that you want to become. I have a whole video on this too, if you want more in detail of how to do that, but this is also all in the workbook. But I want you to write down like your goals in life, your manifestations, like what you feel passionate about. Like make sure you include that, because Aries is passion and that fire, that ignition, what ignites you, what excites you. Write it down. And then another piece of paper, who is this identity that has all that already has all the manifestations, that thinks and feels and acts and perceives the world like this person who has everything, right? Who is that person? What are their habits? What is the day-to-day life like? How do they feel in the morning? What is their morning routine? Their night routine? How do they walk? How do they talk? What's their hair look like? Like, what are their relationships in their life? How do they talk to people? How do they talk to random strangers? Like, do they smile at them? Like, every detail, okay? You can go as detailed with it as you want. And then another page, you're going to write kind of like similar things about yourself right now. Okay, my battery just died, so I put it in a new one, but I think we were talking about identity work. And I believe we were talking about, you already wrote the page about everything that you wanted to become. The second page is you want to write the kind of similar facets of that person, but who you are now, your old self, essentially. So you're going to write the same habits, what's your morning routine, your night routine, and then you're going to compare the 2 pages. You're going to compare them. What doesn't align? What doesn't align with who you are now and the person that you want to become, that has all your goals, who is passionate about what they do every single day, that loves what they do and it ignites their heart, it like ignites their solar plexus. Like, what is unaligned? What are you doing now that version of you would never do? I want you to focus on that. I don't want you to focus on like the manifestation aspect of it, like, because this is a full moon, it's about releasing. So with an identity audit, you can take the manifestation form of it, but you can also take the releasing form of it. So I want you to take the releasing aspects, like the things that you do now that your higher self would never do, essentially. I want you to take those and I want you to use that as kind of like what you are releasing in the fire releasing ritual and also in the meditation. So that is everything you want to be releasing. You also want to focus specifically on the house that the full moon is transiting through, okay? You have everything written out for you in the workbook too, especially with this, like you have the shadow work prompts too. So it's going to really, really help you like pinpoint exactly what area of your life you need to be focusing in on, but make sure you include that like as a big section of this audit. And next is do a solar plexus activation meditation. Like I said earlier, you want to be activating your solar plexus because that is Aries solar plexus go hand in hand. Your solar plexus is your gut center. It's your seat of courage and willpower. It's your power. Breathe light into it. Move your body from that space. Take the energy that's there and move it around so it's not stagnant. Use it. Alchemize with it. And I did make the guided meditation based on your solar plexus chakra and activating it. And also it's a big release too for this full moon in Aries. It uses the fire energy. So if you guys need a solar plexus meditation, it is always available for you. Next, the frequencies you should be listening to, 528 hertz, because that relates to your solar plexus, as well as 126.22 hertz for your solar plexus. Also with the meditation and the workbook, it comes with a free curated playlist that I make for you guys with a bunch of frequencies, like very carefully picked out frequencies and songs for you to listen to really amplify on the energy. For 126.22 hertz, also 174.61 hertz for Aries energy. And also obviously releasing cleansing frequencies when you're doing the whole releasing ritual. 396 hertz releasing frequency is my absolute favorite. You can also listen to subliminals, like healing subliminals, releasing subliminals. Those are great for this time. Next is obviously do your identity shadow work. Ask yourself the hard questions. Face your soul. Aries demands it. Full moons are all about shadow work. It's probably the most important thing that you can do for your life because it gets rid of the limiting beliefs. It gets rid of the fears and it tackles it from a subconscious level. It tackles it from a level of like depth. It's not surface level. Shadow work is the hard stuff. Yes, it's uncomfortable. It's so freaking uncomfortable. But you need to get uncomfortable in order to take action, in order to move forward. Get uncomfortable. Be so comfortable with the uncomfortable. Do that shadow work. I promise you, shadow work is life-changing. It will take your traumas and your fears and it will make you see everything with clarity, and then you can literally use it. Next is do make full moon water. I know a lot of people have different opinions on making moon water during the full moon. I always love to make moon water during new moons all the time. So it's like fresh creation energy, especially when I want to set new intentions into it. But for a full moon like this, instead of like putting things into the moon water, charging it with brand new intentions, like manifestations essentially, I like to charge it with the themes of the full moon. So for example, what I'm going to be doing personally, and make sure you listen to your intuition. If it's telling you make full moon water, make full moon water. If it's telling you not to, don't. You don't have to. You can do the next new moon in Libra. Next new moon in Libra, glamour magic, by the way. So lots of manifestation and glow up energy in that. But full moon in Aries, you can set the intention and charge it with like courage and boldness and momentum and motivation. Like charge it with all that energy. And then set the intention that when you drink it, it's basically kind of like a little energy drink. It's going to give you a high. It's going to motivate you. It's going to make you like charge forward in your life. Like this is not just passive water, it's like warrior fire water. And to make moon water, you literally just on a piece of paper, I like to write it out, like charging it with courage, stamina, clarity, like warrior energy, motivation, drive, all that stuff. And I will put it right underneath a clear glass jar or like a water bottle with a lid. I will leave it outside or like on a windowsill or balcony where the moonlight can hit it. It's a very strong super moon, so it's going to be very strong charged. But I like to charge it overnight on the night of the full moon. And you can do this like 3 days before, 3 days after the full moon. And I will also speak the intentions into the water. And then the next morning before the sunlight hits it, I will take it out and I will drink it with intention. And I will literally let it like fuel my body. And I'll use it kind of like an NS and energy drink in the mornings. Now, what not to do. Do not compare yourself to others. Aries can be a very competitive sign, but this moon is about your path. Next is don't burn bridges out of reach. Release doesn't always require complete destruction. Anger can be sacred without being reckless. So make sure you know how to utilize the anger and alchemize the anger. Meditation, shadow work, releasing fire ritual, instead of letting it like consume you and doing something really reckless with it. Next is don't silence your impulses. And I know this can sound a little bit contradictory, but if you feel restless, if you feel like, oh my God, I need to do something right now, like I just need to do it, think it through first. But if you feel that restlessness, you feel that call, that's energy asking for a channel. So be impulsive. Last but not least is do not abandon yourself in the name of harmony. With this polarity in opposition to the Libra sun, the Libra sun may tempt you to compromise on something that's not actually fair to you, or to just compromise too much. This full moon is asking you to stand in your own truth, to choose you and be selfish and call back your own power. This is about leadership, I am, courage, that fire within your soul. The next two, I do want to throw this in here, but do something that ignites your passion, that ignites your heart, that makes you feel like, oh my God, this like This lights me up from within. Like, I want you to think about your solar plexus right here, like your stomach, right? Put your hands on it, breathe into it. And I want when you take a deep breath in, I want you to visualize this like white, calming aura going down and down and down and lighting up your solar plexus. You keep breathing and it's going to be lighting up even more. Every inhale, I want you to do this right now, okay? Just do it. Inhale, and it's going to be lighting up your solar plexus. And as it keeps lighting up, you're going to see kind of just like this orange glow, like going brighter and brighter and brighter, like orangey red type of vibe. And I want you to feel into it. What does that feel like to you? What is your first thought when you feel this passion and ignition? What do you want to do? Do it. Spend some time this week to do that thing that just came up for you. No matter what it is, take an action. No matter how small, take that action. This energy of this full moon is going to be lasting for like a week and a half after. So you can do the shadow work and you can do the meditation not only on the night of the full moon, but for literally the whole week and weekend. So you have time. You don't have to cram everything into like just this tiny little window. The workbook too and meditation is there for you to utilize for this big window when you're feeling all of this Aries fiery energy. And I want you to know that this moon is also your reminder that there is no one else on this planet with the same spark, with the same fire, that with the same light that you have, with the same truth. You are so unique and you need to lead like that. You need to live in your truth. Be so unapologetically you. This is the moment to burn away fear and say yes to yourself. Say yes more, fully and completely unapologetically. And if you made it this far into the video, you love yourself and you care about yourself. And I am so proud of you. So proud of you. So proud of you. You are killing it. I love you so much. And the angel number today is 111. Because it represents your gut instinct, your intuition, your feeling, that fire within you that tells you, yes, this is what I should be doing. It's your intuition. It's your solar plexus, okay? I literally have it tattooed right here. This was like my second tattoo I ever got, and I only have 2 tattoos, but I got this in college with my best friend. But listen to your gut and comment 111 if you're ready to anchor this fire energy into your life.